Welcome, colleagues, to another summer rerun where we are looking at the most famously creepy villains on The X-Files. And this week we are talking about the episode Beyond the Sea, which has Luther Lee Boggs. We always thought Boggs was just, absolutely the creepiest. He's played by Brad Dourif, who also plays Grima Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings. He's a creepy guy. I mean, I think he's probably a perfectly fine guy, but he plays creepy real well. And so I was reading a bit about Brad Dourif, and I learned that his daughter, Fiona Dourif, is also an actor. She currently plays on the medical drama The Pit. She was also on The Blacklist, which we've talked about recently because Susan Blomert, who we interviewed back in May, was also on The Blacklist. But anyhow, what I wanted to tell you about is that I was reading about Fiona Dourif, and, there's a section on Wikipedia about her early life, and it mentions, of course, her dad is Brad Dourif, which, as I established, played Luther Boggs on The X-Files. And it also mentions her mom, Joni Dourif. It led me to this article about her mom. This is this 2018 interview with Fiona, and for context, this interview was about how Fiona was going to be playing a cult leader in one of the Purge sequels. And so this is what Fiona says. She says, "I can tell you this little funny tidbit of my family history. My mom was a professional psychic. Isn't that crazy? She taught remote viewing, and there were a few people who worked for her that were really devoted to it. They believed in the end of the world, and they all ultimately moved to a place to prepare for it. Just to be clear, I don't think my mom was a cult leader." Personally, I don't know. It kind of sounds like her mom was a cult leader. But what I want to bring up is that remote viewing is where you psychically see distant objects. And to be clear, this is pseudoscience, and any experiments where they attempt to demonstrate it or replicate it, they don't go well. But the reason I bring it up is that is essentially what Luther Boggs is doing in the episode Beyond the Sea, right? Remember, he's got the visions of where these kids are being held captive, and you don't know if he's faking it or not. And I think it's just interesting knowing that Brad Dourif is playing this character while also his wife is teaching classes on this in real life. So I thought that was interesting. Wanted to share. Anyway, on with the episode.
I'm Helen.
And I'm Liz.
And we're sisters,
Scientists,
and lifelong X-Files fans.
and this is We Want to Believe.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. So this is episode 14 for us, and we are talking about episode 13 for Mulder and Scully.
And I'll just point out that I read somewhere that over half the podcasts that were looked at in some study on, I don't know if it was Spotify or the Apple Store, over half of them had fewer than 10 episodes. So
Wow.
Go us for succeeding and having
that's
lots.
awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
we are legit.
Yeah. Almost halfway to between 10 and 20.
Yeah,
That's how numbers
we are.
work.
Yeah, it is.
You have an update, yes?
Yes, I have a quick update. I thought this was really neat. Alex Nichols, a listener and a Twitter friend of mine, mentioned something to me that I thought was really fascinating. That maybe is an overstatement. I don't know. It's cool. Okay, I'll just tell you. Remember when we were talking about the episode Eve, you remarked how you noticed that Tina and Cindy were the two little girls.
Yeah.
And you were like, they spell Tina, Teena. And
Yeah.
we were kind of like, why would you bother? We never
Right.
see it written. Alex Nichols had heard this, and then she sent me a clip of it, that Tina and Cindy were named for the writers' wives.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so Tina, spelled Teena, is James Wong's wife, and James Wong is a classic X-Files writer. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
An explanation. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Neat.
I also have a breaking news Minotaur update.
Ooh,
It's not.
did you find
not
one?
actually breaking news? Yes, they've been
would be
discovered.
breaking news.
Yeah. No. So I played Adam the update in which I talked about the Minotaur. Perseus. We're pretty sure. Oh God, I'm already forgetting. I think it was Perseus who killed the Minotaur. And then also, for clarification, I talked about ancient Greece a little bit wildly and said that the Minoans were as far away from ancient Greeks roughly as ancient Greeks are from us. What I really meant was classical Greeks specifically, which are the classic ones that you think of.
Okay.
Because as Adam pointed out, ancient Greeks are kind of all of them for a long time.
Oh.
And so there were
Sure.
ancient Greeks in the time of the Minoans. Those are the ones who actually encountered the Minoan civilization. And so he also pointed out this wasn't a big deal, and I didn't need to do a correction about it, but I felt like I should. Also,
I would
in
like
that... Oh,
this
go
to
ahead.
be my chance to say that some of my favorite podcasts are put on by historians, and that I think Adam needs to do his own history podcast.
Yeah, and he actually has a plan for a podcast. So if any of you know Adam in real life, or you don't know him in real life, but you want a history podcast about a really fascinating story,
Bug him.
let's pressure him, everyone.
Yep, peer pressure.
Yes, hashtag Liz's husband Adam should have his own podcast. Succinct and catchy.
Cool. Anything else?
Oh, the Minoans were between 1300 and 1500 years before the classical Greeks.
Ah, okay.
So there
Do we
you
have
go.
an idea of when? Never
Classical-
mind. Let's not go down that road.
I'll just have to make another correction later.
Yeah.
So.
Did you know, this is one of my favorite similar facts, that Cleopatra temporally is closer to the launch of the Apollo space mission than she was the building of the pyramids?
I have heard that, and it's really weird.
It is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it just makes you be like, God, people have been around for a while doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They sure have.
I just want to address something that Helen can see that you all can't. My bangs keep doing this thing, this little piecey thing, and it's driving me insane, and I just keep trying
Just
to
need some
fix it.
to get them cut, or some dry
No,
shampoo.
I think I need dry shampoo. I think they're greasy, and I think they're getting it like into little pieces, and it's
you should
driving
keep
me
some in your office.
insane. Yeah, that is a level of foresight that never occurred to me. But I'm moving offices anyhow, so maybe with the next move,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it for 3 weeks. So,
I got like 3 inches cut off my hair.
oh my God, you did! Your hair's
Yeah.
really short. It looks
Yeah.
really cute.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah.
Thanks. The Day We Fought Space, a wreck-em-up with spiraling chain reactions, is now available for pre-order on the App Store.
As a physics professor, I especially approve of this game. More about reaction than rehearsal. You'll use physics to your advantage as you create dynamic chain explosions to take your enemies down. You can personalize your ship to best suit your playstyle and the mission at hand with zany weapons such as an orbital blade, an ice laser, or a wrecking ball.
The best part is that The Day We Fought Space is coming from a close friend of ours and of the podcast, Catherine Kimport, who is the game writer-in-chief at Terpsiops Truncatus Studios.
See if you have what it takes to reclaim the solar system in this gritty and dynamic side-scroller. Pre-order now before The Day We Fought Space's official launch on May 26th. Visit thedaywefoughtspace.com/purchase to order now.
Okay, so episode 13, Beyond the Sea.
Beyond the Sea, which
an excellent one.
Really
Yeah.
good, but like really intense.
Really intense.
Yeah. So
Really good.
I have a lot to say about the episode. I have a slight tangent about the main bad guy,
Oh, okay.
which is not intense. We'll get to it.
Okay. So we see Scully with her parents, which was cool.
Yeah, I don't
First
think we'd
time-
seen them before. Yeah.
No. And there's like some tension with her dad where, you know, he kind of asks her about work, and it's clear it's like a point of contention. And she refers to him at one point as Ahab, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And he calls her Starbuck, referring to Moby Dick. Mm-hmm. Which, that's a separate tangent. I don't know why people like Moby Dick so much. But
No, I've
Like,
never
it's-
read it,
it's not
but I
just-
don't need to.
No,
I
you
feel
don't.
like it's a story about a dude obsessed with a whale.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No thanks.
That's it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hear there's a lot of like details about whaling. I don't want that in my life.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No one does.
Yeah, there's whaling in the podcast that Adam will create that doesn't exist yet, and he won't like go on and on about it because he knows that the interest is not in the whaling details.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The only whaling details I'm interested in is that Zach has a friend from high school who worked for, I believe, the U.S. government or NASA doing some sort of space aeronautics stuff.
Okay.
Made a bunch of money and then quit and went to work with the people that try to stop whaling.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So he was on a boat in like the South Atlantic, possibly. I don't know. Now I'm just making stuff up. Trying to catch whalers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Holy
and
cow.
then later he ended up going on a bike trip across the United States, where he once ran into Zach's parents randomly at a
that's
hostel.
really weird. That's really weird.
Yeah, interesting guy.
Anyway. Yeah, I would watch a movie about this guy or listen to a podcast about him.
Yeah. Maybe we will.
Yeah.
So they leave, they have dinner, they clean up, they leave. And later, the clock shows it's 1:47 a.m. and Scully fell asleep on the couch. And she wakes up and she sees her dad is sitting across from her in an armchair talking, but you can't hear she can't hear either what he's saying. And then the phone rings and she looks back and he's gone. And the phone is her mom saying that her dad died about an hour ago. And then we get the theme song.
Yep. And if you're interested, what was on TV as Scully was sleeping was a infomercial for spray-on hair.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So that was nice.
Yeah. So then we're at Jackson University in Raleigh, North Carolina at night, and two teenagers are making out in a car. Someone knocks on the door, and the kid who's in the driver's seat rolls down the window.
And he's like shining the flashlight at them. Like you assume it's
Right.
a cop, but you can't really see because the way the flashlight is aimed at them.
Right. And
Yeah.
he continues that even when the kid gets out of the car. But then the kid looks down and sees that the guy's in jeans. And he asks him for ID, which is smart, but he should have done that before he got out of the car.
Yes.
And the guy attacks him.
Yes. And at that point, I was like, this might be too scary for me. Oh my God. How did I used to watch horror movies all the time? This is terrifying.
I thought you still
Terrifying.
watched horror movies.
Well, I kind of have lost my opportunity to because Adam doesn't like horror movies. I mean,
I don't watch them anymore,
Nobody
really.
I know watches them. And so I kind of just don't end up watching them that much. I think I'm only up for ghosty ones. I think I can only handle scary ghost movies. I don't think I can watch stuff with like college kids being abducted. It's too terrifying.
See, I feel the opposite. I can handle a lot of true crime stuff, but when we start getting into ghosty stuff is when I need to bow out. Yeah. I don't know.
I feel
Different
like-
types of
I feel
anxiety.
like you're wrong though, but you're wrong. Yeah, I think
I can potentially feel like I can defend myself against an attacker by like
interesting.
my home security system, my giant dog. But like, you know, if there's a
Interesting.
ghost, what are you going to do? Ghostbusters.
I think you know exactly. Yeah. Do you want to say who you're going to call?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
That is the question. So we see Mulder and Scully in their office. He calls her Dana.
Yeah, I noted that.
He does a lot in this episode.
Yeah.
And he tells Scully that a couple was kidnapped in Raleigh and that last year to the day, a couple was also kidnapped and the two were later found dead. And apparently 5 days later. And so he says they have 5 days to find the students.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also tells her that in 1 week, Luther Lee Boggs will be put to death. And he claims to have info about the kidnapping and says that he obtained this info through psychic transmission.
Which he received because he was previously on death row, went all the way to the execution chamber, and he said, and then there was a stay of execution, and that experience left him with this channel, he claims.
Right.
Also, Mulder is part of the reason he was put away to begin with.
Right.
Because he's like super duper murderer, killed his family, killed tons of people.
Yeah. He strangled his whole family on Thanksgiving and then sat down to watch the last quarter of the Green Bay Detroit game, I believe is what Mulder says.
Ah,
How nice.
yeah. Yeah, so he's so creepy. Anyway.
So creepy. He wants to speak to Mulder.
Yeah.
Scully wants to go with, says the funeral is at noon, but that she needs to work.
Yeah.
And so we flashed... Oh, go
And
ahead.
I want to be clear for a second that Mulder makes it clear he does not believe that Boggs is receiving psychic transmissions. This is one of, like, I'd say this is the first example of Mulder being skeptical.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. He is not metaphorically running after a wolf into the woods.
Right. No, he's not.
Yeah. So we see the Scully family funeral. His ashes are being poured into the sea while Beyond the Sea is playing. And we're told, I don't know if it's then or later, that was the song that her parents danced to at their wedding.
Yeah.
And Mr. Scully, Bill? Is
Bill,
that his?
yeah.
Or is it Bill Mulder?
What is Scully's dad's name? He's captain, though. He's definitely a captain.
Captain Scully was a sailor of some sort as well.
Yeah.
Hence the water.
He was in the Navy.
He was in the Navy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because Scully says that, like, he could have been buried at Arlington, but this is what he wanted, to have just this private funeral with his family.
Right. Scully asks her mom if her dad was proud of her because he had been, well, apparently both of them had kind of been disappointed that she joined the FBI instead of pursuing medicine. And her mom is like a little vague. She says something like, he was your father, which I feel like is not the answer.
Yeah.
But that's not an answer.
Yeah, I know. Be like, of course. Come on.
Of course. Comma,
Absolutely.
He was your father.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they visit Boggs in prison, who is hella creepy.
So creepy. And you know who that actor is?
No.
I was like, I've seen this creepy
That's
before.
what Zach said, too. Who is he?
Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, my God. I forgot.
Right?
Oh, God, that guy.
He's like the creepiest dude ever.
God.
Like, how does this guy just like go to the grocery store and have like a normal life? I feel like he couldn't. He's too creepy. Yeah.
Now, didn't we have in college some sort of list of people that we would rather make out with? I almost said Wormtongue. Boggs over these people?
No, so I don't know what sort of list you may have had, but here's the story I was going to tell that the list on which Luther Lee Boggs features for us.
Okay.
Me and Amanda discussed
this
in
is
college.
what I'm thinking of. Okay.
We had a list of suppose you found a videotape because it was early 2000s
right.
and it was labeled so and so porn or sex tape.
Right.
We were creating a list of people that we would not put it in the VCR and play it. We would not be curious enough. And we eliminated close family and friends, but then we tried to consider everyone else we knew. Mm-hmm. And we found it was a very short list that we were like, there's almost no one that we wouldn't be tempted to put it in and hit play. There was just like a handful of people. I don't remember who they were now, but what I do remember is that it was such a short list that we extended it to fictional characters and we put Boggs on it because we were like, we would not want to see a tape with Boggs. So
I would be curious. If
would
I
you?
Thought, oh my God. Like, not that I mean, like, just what are the circumstances? I don't know.
Okay, I guess. How'd this get in my house?
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
So he wants to make a deal for life in prison for giving them information on this. So Mulder hands him a scrap of fabric from an evidence bag, and Boggs goes into some sort of trance, saying that
so creepy, these trances he does. I hate them so much.
Cannot be overstated.
Yeah.
Saying that the boy is tied with twine, saying something about a hanger.
He says, dark, cold place, cellar, condemned warehouse, an angel of stone, water falling, but not water. That's where they are.
Yes.
And he's saying all this in the creepiest voice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then Mulder tells him that the fabric was torn off his New York Knicks t-shirt, and it's not actually evidence. And so it's clear Mulder is not buying any of it.
Yeah.
But as they're leaving, Boggs starts singing Beyond the Sea.
Yep.
And he says, "Did you get my message, Starbuck?" Which is like so creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor Scully.
I know.
mean, like,
It's
my
awful.
God.
Yeah.
So Mulder says he's going to interrogate him longer because he thinks that Boggs is somehow related to this. Not that he's receiving information, but he is like an accomplice.
He's in cahoots.
He's in cahoots. And so Scully is driving home, and she starts to see signs of what Boggs had been talking about. So, like, she sees a sign for
the Niagara Hotel, and it has what looks like a waterfall on the sign. Mm-hmm. She sees a stone angel. Mm-hmm. So she goes alone into the condemned warehouse.
Right. Yeah. Which is
nearby.
like, even though You're in the FBI, Scully.
No, always call for backup.
Yeah, seriously. She finds a bracelet. She finds a charm bracelet, and so she brings it in for evidence. So then later, Mulder shows up at her apartment to talk about the bracelet, and Scully tells him that she didn't get there for the reason that she told the FBI. She told them something about seeing suspicious behavior or something, but she saw signs from Boggs. And Mulder is mad that she lied on the report for not telling the Bureau how she actually found the area, saying that, like, well, of course she won't have that associated with her name.
Right.
That, it's only Spooky Mulder or whatever.
Right, yeah. And it was the girl's bracelet, by the way.
Yes, right. It was the girl's bracelet. And he also says that they're moving up Boggs's execution, or either they're moving it up or like it's just, he reminds her it's in a few days or something.
Yeah.
Something of that nature. So they're back in prison, and Mulder plants a trap with a fake newspaper that says that the kids were found safe, because he knows Boggs has his like one phone call that day.
Yeah.
And so he wants to see if he'll call his accomplice if he sees that the kids were found safe.
To be like, what the heck happened?
Right. Mm-hmm. And so they're in some sort of prison surveillance room.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. And Boggs goes to the phone and, oh, nope, Boggs is calling them and knows that it's a lie.
Yeah.
And says, how come you don't believe me? Scully does.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I think this is when Mulder and Scully kind of decide that they'll try to make a deal with him because he's not cooperating and time is ticking for the kids.
I'm not sure. Is that then?
I think so.
I guess I do have a note here that we have another creepy Boggs scene. So
Yes.
that makes sense. So yeah. Because there's no, like, official agreement in place, but maybe they say
Right.
they try to.
Yeah.
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 Because, yeah, this is when he tells them, amongst other creepy things that he says, that they're in a boathouse on Lake Jordan, and he says, don't go near the White Cross. Your blood will spill on the White Cross.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so they go to the boathouse, presumably on Lake Jordan.
Yeah.
And they find the girl from the couple.
Yeah, and she's saved.
Mm-hmm. And Mulder is kind of walking through the area trying to find whoever has kidnapped her, and sees some movement and ends up getting shot. And Scully looks and sees a large white cross that's like part of the dock.
Like bleached wood.
Yeah.
And Mulder's blood has splattered on it.
Right. Yep. I forgot Mulder gets actually shot.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought that it was like it hit him where like his vest would be, but presumably he was not wearing one, or it hit elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't
not
remember
clear.
where exactly he's shot, but yeah, he's like not like in like super danger, but he's in the hospital the rest of the episode, I think.
Yeah.
So,
so they rush him to the hospital,
and in the boat, the kidnapper gets away with the boy,
right?
With the college kid. So the girl is saved, but the boy is not.
Right.
The girl is able to ID the kidnapper, though.
Yes, and it is Lucas Henry. There's an agent who was showing pictures to the girl for the purpose of identifying the guy. She picks out this one. His name is Lucas Henry. And the guy is then telling this to Scully, in which he says that he did time for narcotics, sexual assault, nothing big. Which,
oh my god. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Sure. Nothing big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Just sexual assault. No big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the agent says, though, that Lucas Henry was always thought to be an accomplice to Boggs.
Yeah, that like for some of Boggs's murders, they couldn't prove it, but they knew that Lucas Henry was involved.
Right. Mm-hmm. So Scully confronts him, and he starts channeling.
Oh, before he starts channeling, she has a very intense little thing to say to him.
Oh, yeah.
But she starts with, if he dies because of you, in 4 days, nothing will stop me from being the one who throws the switch to gas you out of this life, you SOB. But
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Oh, yeah, it's real intense and awesome.
Yeah. I like seeing Scully mad
Yeah,
for
agreed.
whatever reason.
Yeah, yeah, it's scary
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah. So he's channeling and starts retelling a memory of Scully's.
Oh God, that's right. Ugh, ugh,
Yeah.
so creepy, so creepy.
Yes. Where apparently she snuck downstairs one night to smoke when she was a teenager, and just like, my God, I forgot this guy was Wormtail. This is like the creepiest.
Wormtongue.
Right.
Yeah.
Wormtongue. Wormtail is Peter Pettigrew. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of compound words starting with worm in fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both similar in their like, they're not the primary bad guy, but they're like the, you know, creepy.
Yeah. I
What
found
would you call
out there's recently this week I found out there's a German town called Worms. I'm sure it's
Really?
pronounced differently. Yeah, just Worms. I don't know anything
Oh.
about it.
It's probably Verms.
It's probably Worms. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Probably
exciting.
it has
Do
nothing
you
to
think
do
they
with
have a lot of worms?
I don't know. I'm gonna look into it.
Please do.
Yeah.
That's the update everyone needs.
Yeah. I've just written myself a note that says worms, look into it. So I hope I see that later and know what I meant.
Are they a thing? What's
Yeah.
their deal?
Fact or fiction?
So he says he knows what she wants and who she wants to talk to.
Yeah.
And he starts talking like her dad, but then stops and says that nobody talks to anybody until he gets a deal. This is where I wrote a note that Scully has great eyebrows.
Ooh, I should pay attention.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if it ever gets to this in the X-Files, but like it's not like the super
it
thin
should.
90s,
Like
you know,
late 90s, super
late
skinny
90s.
eyebrows. This is early 90s. Nice eyebrows, I guess.
nice eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to pay attention.
Yeah. And so Boggs talks about how when he was going to the chair last time, the priest, who sounds like an asshole, basically said that murderers will spend eternity in hell, which, like, nice, thanks, this is helpful. Thank you for telling me this right before they put me to death.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I mean, I find that I have, like, really intense emotions about the whole thing because I think Boggs is one, I would say him and Donnie Pfaster are the creepiest villains in the X-Files.
Yes.
And even Boggs, I'm really anti-death penalty and I'm uncomfortable seeing these scenes. Like, they very upset me, even though it's 100% clear he's guilty. And he's, like I said, the creepiest villain ever. And it's fiction. I still find it very upsetting to see these scenes of being led to die. I hated it.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah, I mean it'd be weird. I don't think it would be I don't think it's a positive character trait if you're like, ooh, get him. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, like those people, when Bundy was on death row, there were like these like mass gatherings in Florida of people like so excited. Oh God. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
That just, I feel like
I'm not like pro Bundy either.
No.
No. I have no sympathy for him, but also
I just
like
think that we can't. I think the death penalty is fundamentally not okay.
Yeah. And I feel okay taking that stance.
Yeah.
Even if it's Bundy or Boggs.
Yeah.
So Scully tries to get him a deal, but they say no. Which, like, again, death penalty is wrong, but also I see where the guy is coming from, where he says something along the lines of, like, he committed all these murders that he has confessed to and has showed no other remorse. Like, why would I be doing this? Which is fair. So Scully visits Mulder in the hospital and says there's no sign of Lucas Henry or the boy who was kidnapped. And Mulder reminds her and tells her to not trust Boggs.
Yeah.
Scully goes and tells Boggs that he got his deal, and he starts channeling trying to find the boy, and says that the boy is at, was it the Old Devil Brewing Company?
The Old Blue Devil Brewery out by Morrisville, which is a real town.
In Virginia?
North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Right. North Carolina.
Which I never got this at the time, but the Blue Devils, that's North Carolina, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. I thought, ooh, spooky devils, and then I was like, wait, no, sports team. Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It makes it less cool and spooky. Yeah.
But he knows that she tried to get him a deal and it failed. And he tells her, don't follow the devil, avoid the devil, which I also feel like fair advice for life.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Yeah. Don't follow Henry to the devil.
Oh, is that
Specifically.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So they get to him at that brewery or whatever. And he's like right about to kill the boy.
Yeah.
And Scully shoots him because they tell him to drop his weapon. He doesn't. He has an axe.
Oof.
And he's about to like swing it down or like more like a hatchet. But Scully shoots him. But he's not injured enough to stop him. So he runs.
Yeah.
Basically.
And so Scully follows him. They all chase him through this brewery, which is like, again, old, abandoned.
Yeah.
Falling down around them. Lots of different rooms.
Blue.
Yeah.
You said old. Sorry. Go ahead.
He goes, I didn't know how to describe it, like this walkway platform thing, this like wooden walkway. He's standing on it right underneath this giant Blue Devil logo.
Right.
Scully has the opportunity to follow him. She pauses and the wood underneath him breaks and Henry falls to his death.
Yes. Yeah. So Scully goes back to visit Boggs. And he tells her that he'll give her her father's message if she comes with to his execution.
Yeah, and Scully says to him when she goes back to visit him, if you'd been in cahoots with with Henry, Henry wouldn't have crossed that bridge and fallen to his death. Like, you would have warned him as well if you knew about this.
So she kind of believes him.
Yeah. Oh, and I should also mention, I don't know if you mentioned this, that after Boggs tells all that, like, channeling about the old Blue Devil, she says, I know you lied, Scully. Or he says, Scully, I know you lied, and you weren't able to get the deal for me.
Right.
Did you mention that? And I just spaced out for a second?
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm sitting right here talking to you. I'm looking at nothing but my notes, and still somehow I spaced out. All right.
Okay.
Whatever. Moving right along.
I said it in a roundabout way. I said that he said that he knows that she tried to get him a deal, but that she failed. That's what I said.
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
All right.
It bears repeating.
Yes. I just wanted to stress that. Anyway, so Boggs makes the horrific request that Scully attend his execution if she wants to actually hear what her dad says.
Yeah. So then they show him on death row. They bring him his last meal. Here I have a note that our mom, who is staying with us this weekend, hates the look of the prison food, which is fair. It looks really disgusting.
Did she watch it with you?
She watched the end, yeah.
Oh my God. Is that too scary for her?
I don't know. I mean, she seemed okay. She was partially making us lunch, partially on her phone.
Yeah.
But she was watching a little bit, and she was very disgusted by the look of the food.
That's what got you, huh, Mom?
That's always been a little bit of a concern of mine. Like, I'm a vegetarian. I have celiac disease. What happens if I go to prison? But then, I have to remind myself that, most innocent people don't go to prison. Like, sometimes it happens. People are wrongfully convicted. But most of the time, people that don't commit crimes don't end up in prison.
Yeah.
So,
and I was going to say, I've thought about this too. And then I was like, no, not prison. I've thought about it in terms of in Italy, if you get COVID and also in some other places in Europe right now, you need at the moment that we are recording this could change anytime. But at the moment we're recording this, you need a negative COVID test in order to fly back into the US. And so if you test positive, one option is to stay at these COVID hotels, these quarantine hotels, and they'll bring you food and they'll test you 5 days later or whatever. And so you're isolated in this boring hotel room. And from what I've heard from people who've done this is that the food sucks. And especially if you're vegetarian, celiac, vegan, whatever, it's not good for you. And so this was what my first instinct to say to you when you brought up prison. What everyone does at these COVID hotels is they just do food delivery apps and they get either groceries or meals delivered.
Which is presumably not an option in prison.
Exactly. And so my first thought when you were bringing that up about prison, I wanted to be like, don't worry, you could just use an app. And I'm like, no, that's not how that doesn't work there. It works in a hotel when you're sick and you're stuck there temporarily, not if you're in prison for murdering your whole family.
This reminds me of, so to give some context, when I was pregnant with Hugo, my youngest, I had a partial placental abruption and was hospitalized for 2 weeks. And so while I was in the hospital, I was like, 2 weeks is a long time. And so I started bringing, having Zach bring me more and more stuff from home. And I asked a nurse one day, I was like, is it okay? Would I be able to have a razor in here? And she looked at me, she was like, this isn't prison. You can have a razor.
You should have had Zach bake it into a cake.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, the
I
hospital,
didn't know that.
also
That's
not
hilarious.
prison.
Yeah, it's on a long list of places that aren't prison.
Yeah. Anyway, so they put Boggs in the chair.
Yeah.
Which again, a very upsetting sort of
It was
ordeal.
really, really upsetting to watch, and
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure why they felt it necessary to include it, honestly.
Yeah.
I felt like it could have been much shorter. But,
Yeah. It's a bit gratuitous.
Yeah.
And they ask if he wants to make a statement, and the door kind of opens, but Scully isn't there. Like, that's just kind of it for him. Presumably, he dies. And Scully wasn't there because she was with Mulder.
A much healthier
support.
decision.
Yes.
I would have been okay with if we skipped that scene entirely and it went from Boggs telling Scully she needs to be there to Scully just being with Mulder.
True. They could have, referenced.
Yeah, Mulder could have been like,
That-
so how come you decided not to go?
Right.
And there
Yeah.
we go.
And she says that she didn't need to go because she does know what her father wanted to tell her.
And he says, how? Like, how did you know? Or how do you know?
Right. And she says, he was my father. Like her mother did cryptically, but this time it seems more at peace or whatever.
Yeah, like she knows him. He's her dad. She
Yeah.
doesn't need Boggs to channel him.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Which was a very healthy decision, I feel.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like, most people's dads who love them, I know our dad, like, would never think, how I want to reach out to my to my living daughters is through a really creepy murderer. Like,
Yeah.
they would know this is not going to be reassuring. This is going to be deeply upsetting, and they would not do that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I occasionally worry that someone I love will die and then try to reach out to me in a way that just scares me to death. Zach in particular. I don't know. I feel like he would just have no reference point for what would scare me. Like, it's a very real concern.
I was going to say that's ridiculous, and then I thought, no, you're right. I mean, yeah, I could see that.
In which way? Oh, about Zach?
About Zach. You're right about Zach.
Oh, yeah. Same reason, again, when I was
I
pregnant.
could see him being like, oh, but I pushed this book off the shelf, and I thought that wouldn't scare you because I know that I like that book, and you would think of me or something, and you'd be like, oh, my books are moving around on their own. There's a poltergeist. This is terrifying. Yeah.
Similarly to how when I was pregnant with Hugo, I had to get progesterone injections, and I could get them at the clinic, or we could do them at home.
Oh, God.
And Zach was like, yeah, I could do that. And I was like, no. Like, the fact that he was so calm about it made me sure that would be a bad idea. Like, if he was like, yeah, if because we had two friends who were nurses living next door, if he was like, yeah, if they helped me and supervised and taught me how, then, like, that would have given me a little confidence. But his just like, yeah, sure, I could do that. It's like, no. Oh, God, no.
And there is absolutely no way in hell Adam would ever give me an injection, and I am okay with that.
Well, Zach would.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I could drive across town to go to a doctor's office, or drive across town to your house. Let's Zach do it. No big deal.
My God. So that was the episode.
Yeah.
Next up is Gender Bender, which sounds like it's going to annoy me.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
I have a feeling it's going to age very poorly.
Yeah.
There is a weird little guest star moment that might be worth seeing just for that. I got to admit, there's this small part of me that's like, can we just skip this?
I know.
And there's also
but if we start doing that,
exactly,
then
it sets a bad precedent. But what we can do if we don't like it is just talk about other stuff a lot.
That's true. Ghost in the Machine was a very
Exactly.
short episode.
Yeah, as far
That's
as
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll just talk about
we
other
can
stuff.
put it on while we grade.
Like
We're
worms,
both in
you
the,
know? We can talk about worms. Yeah.
You'll have an update.
I'll have an update.
Prepare your worm update so that if we don't have anything to talk about,
Yeah. Worms, fact or fiction.
what if you come back and claim they're fiction?
It'd be more entertaining than the episode, most likely.
Yeah.
So
Do you remember the episode?
I remember the
don't think I ever
premise.
saw it.
I remember the premise, and I just feel like this is gonna stink. But
Yeah.
whatever, we'll see.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you, or should we just wait and see?
No, I guess we'll just wait and see. I
Yeah.
have to watch it anyway. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll just wait.
And oh well, I guess I will share actually just the premise in case anyone else is curious.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's that there's some criminal, I don't remember the details, who can switch their gender magically.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, and I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to seem really tasteless and possibly offensive. But there is an actor in there that you will recognize that is interesting, and that is the only thing I find interesting about this episode that I recall from 20 years ago. Maybe I'll watch it now and be like, what a fascinating time capsule of the early 90s views
Of
on
transphobia.
gender. Yeah, right. So I'm not into that.
Right.
But we got some good stuff coming up after that.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, and I did have a few facts. So we do have a listener story for today.
Oh, yeah, spooky story. This story,
but
I read it last night in bed and was so scared. Yeah. The story we have coming up in a moment. I don't know why. Scared the heck out of me.
Really?
Yeah. Don't care for it.
I read it like an hour ago in the daytime. So I do have a few interesting facts about this episode.
Oh, yeah.
About
Please.
Beyond the Sea from the X-Files wiki.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently there's a magazine called Starlog. So this is on the X-Files wiki coming from Starlog issue 210.
Okay.
And from the magazine Cinefantastique.
Okay.
Volumes 26 and 27. Apparently, this episode originated from multiple sources, one of which was a book.
Oh.
The wiki doesn't mention the book, and I didn't dig deep enough into Starlog issue 210. But producer Glenn Morgan had recently read in some book that contained statistics about the amount of women who have visionary encounters with deceased male family members soon after their deaths.
Whoa.
That it said, quote, that 75% of widows within 3 months have a vision of their husband, and 35% of mothers see their sons. So
I feel like that seems really high.
It seems really high.
75%?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we asked 4 people and who are at this, like, paranormal club meeting, and 3 of them. Yeah.
So I am...
At the same time, I like it, and also...
Yeah. I'm skeptical. I think it's a bit ridiculous. But, I don't know. I would be interested to hear more about where that came from.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And then what was the other thing? Oh, the other thing was just that Lucas Henry... was is a very similar name to Henry Lee Lucas. Oh, and Luther Lee Boggs. Luther Lee Boggs and Lucas Henry, and then there's the actual serial killer Henry Lee Lucas.
Ah, so it's clearly
so there was
influence.
Yeah. And he is really interesting. There's actually a documentary I keep meaning to watch about him because he confessed to like 600 murders.
What?
And,
I bet he was just like bragging.
Bragging or lying?
Both. Like trying to sound cool.
Well, so like
I know nothing about him. This is just my gut instinct.
He was convicted of 3 murders, or like known to have murdered. I don't know how many were convictions. And he confessed to 600, 11 of which he did probably kill.
Oh.
But then the other 500 some he probably did not. Like some are known that he could not have.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. It's an interesting this is all I've got. I mean, I'd like to watch that documentary. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like you to watch it and tell me about it.
Great. I will. You can tell me about worms.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to read an email sent to me from our friend Kathy. This is the same Kathy whose video game you should buy.
I'm sure you heard our ad.
Yes. Yep.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Once again, the day we fought space. Get it.
Yep. Okay. Hey, friends. Here's the story I promised you earlier. The phenomenon is admittedly underwhelming, but the ways in which it defies explanation haunt me to this day. This happened around 2014, 2015-ish. I was in bed, late at night, all the lights off, blackout curtain drawn. I was having a bit of trouble sleeping that night, and after my eyes had adjusted to the darkness, I saw the faintest pulsing light coming from the far wall. A single cool white dot about the size of a oh my god, sorry. About the size of a small LED, slowly pulsing on and off about every 5 seconds. My first thought was that it might have been the standby light on a device I had forgotten that I had brought into my bedroom. It seemed too high up on the wall for that, but sight lines can be hard to judge in the dark, so I flicked the lights on to take a look at that area. Nothing but bare wall. I flicked the light off again, keeping my eyes pointed in the general area for about a minute, didn't see anything, and tried to sleep again. After a few more minutes of sleeplessness, my eyes had adjusted to the low light again, and I could see the pulsing light on the wall again. At this point, I had 3 theories. The first was that it was something in my eye, a retinal misfire. I've heard of it happening. The second was that it was something inside the walls. This particular wall is adjacent to the attic. So creepy. That's me interjecting to say
creepy.
that. I don't like that the wall is adjacent to the attic.
Nope.
Okay. Which I've never really been up inside. For all I knew, there was some kind of blinking device right behind the wall that was somehow shining through.
Terrifying.
The other theory was that it was a light shining from outside, a tree swaying in front of a street lamp, shining through a small gap in the blackout curtain at just the right angle. So I got out of bed, this time leaving the light off so my eyes could keep track of the light. It stayed in the same spot no matter what angle I was looking and showed up in both eyes, which ruled out my retina as the source. As I got closer, it looked for all the world like it was coming from the wall itself.
Ugh.
And I knew a simple experiment could tell me if the light was coming from inside the wall or shining onto the wall. I held my hand up to cover the light. If the light appeared on my hand, it was coming from outside. If not, it was coming from inside the wall. And this is where it gets strange. As soon as I cover the dot, it immediately appears a few inches to the left, beyond where my hand could cover it.
I hate that so much.
Yeah. I move my hand to cover its new position, and the moment my hand was no longer obscuring the original position, it reappears there. Its regular pulsing rhythm uninterrupted by the sudden teleportation. I stare at the wall, at the light, trying to figure out what could possibly respond to the presence of my hand like that. Coming up with nothing, I try the experiment again. But this time, I don't actually touch the wall. I stop short. I think I wanted it to be light from outside rather than some weird touch-sensitive electronics in my walls. That would not be where my mind would go.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
And seeing the light shining from the outside onto my hand would put the whole issue to rest. But that's not what happened. As soon as my line of sight to the blinking light is interrupted, it reappears to the left. It doesn't matter if my hand is on the wall or 2 feet away from the wall. It doesn't matter if I reposition myself and try to obscure it from my view. Whatever this is, it's not only responding to my hand, but to my gaze. Ugh. That realization late at night was enough to freak me all the way out. I slept on the couch downstairs that night and purchased a nightlight the following day. I told my roommate at the time about the story, and we talked about repeating the experiment with him around to see if it was something he could see, or if it was for my eyes only, but we kind of got too freaked out to ever try it. To this day, I have no theories about what it was. I haven't so much as found a bit of folklore that matches the experience, and I still keep the nightlight on.
So creepy.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We actually have a story that reminds me of this in our family.
Really?
Our Aunt June, who's our mother's aunt, who has since passed away quite a few years ago, back in the, I want to say either late 70s or early 80s, our Aunt June's daughter was murdered.
Right.
Why can't I think of her name?
Janine.
Janine, thank you. And Janine...
So
and
our mom's cousin.
Our mom, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Janine and June had been living together, and they'd been sharing a closet, and Aunt June, at one point, shortly after Janine's death, was looking at the closet, not thinking about Janine. I don't remember the circumstances or the details, and in fact, I can maybe... Mom is with you. You can ask her for clarification.
Yeah.
But Aunt June saw a small point of light tracing around the Janine's half of the closet in this like pattern, just like a small dot like that just kind of moved through space, tracing Janine's stuff. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
That is,
So there you go, Kathy. That's one other light dot-based paranormal story.
Yeah. Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So that makes the dots somehow a little bit less scary, I think.
Yeah.
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 So yeah.
So maybe it was something nice.
Yeah.
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 Although I wouldn't care for that either.
No, I don't
frankly.
like that it moved and like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, although as you said, if Zach were to try to haunt you, you feel he'd do probably a pretty terrible job of not doing something scary. Maybe you guys should establish what he should do and set it like, you know, you don't know what the options are, but like let's like establish some rules.
See, the problem is if I die first and I have the opportunity, I would really want to freak him out. I'd freak him out at first and then, you know, say nice things or whatever, or show him I was fine. But like, I don't know. He's so unflappable. I'd want to. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not unflappable. So.
No, you're very flappable.
I'm very flappable about these sorts of things, to be clear. Any sort of like gruesome or death or, you know,
blood or tubes in the body. Yesterday, Helen and I hung out and what did I say? You said, oh, most of my students' drawings were tube-based. And I said, well, we, meaning humans, we're tube-based, aren't we? And you said, they're pipe-based?
Pipe-based.
Pipe-based, yes. I said, are we pipe-based? And you said, no, not really.
No.
But yeah, you're okay. You're okay with pipes. Yeah, the human body's pipes.
You are not, to be clear.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, circulatory system, no thank you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Everyone has something. Cool. Well, send in your stories. Please rate, review, subscribe, all those good things that help us out. And see you next time.
And if you have any hints for how I can keep my bangs from getting greasy, besides dry shampoo.
Why besides dry shampoo, though?
I can use dry shampoo, but I just feel like, is there something I could be doing on the other end of things? Like, when I get out of the shower, I just feel like they immediately...
Are you blow drying them?
No.
Okay, we'll start there.
I want some answer.
Well, see, this is the thing. You want an answer that's like you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, that is.
It's
That they're like,
magically
Liz,
fix
just say
itself.
this magic hair word, and you know, or just like pass your hand over them in a like aligned from north to south, and you know, yeah. I don't want to have to blow dry my bangs. I'm kind of, you know, that's a level of commitment I can't handle.
Well, then you might be stuck.
But in case any of our listeners do have a magic word,
yes.
You know, I'm just looking for all of you to improve my life. Help me fix my bangs. Help me work on my vertical leap. You know, help me out here. All right, now we can
smart
end.
people. Okay, all right, bye.
Bye.
I'm here with SpinQuest, where you can play and win from the comfort of your own home with hundreds of slot games and all of the table games you love with real cash prizes. Right now, $30 coin packs are on sale for $10 for new users. It's all at spinquest.com. That's SPINQUEST.com.
SpinQuest is a free-to-play social casino. Void where prohibited. Visit spinquest.com for more details.
The big screen, the surround sound, the feeling of community, there's nothing quite like going to the movies. At Marcus Theaters, we're committed to bringing you the best movie-going experience possible. So start planning your next movie memory now at marcustheaters.com or on our mobile app.